Brothers, help, I can't take it anymore. Alright, so we have a small clip here. It's going to be very apparent about what is going wrong here. So, yeah, when it comes to stratagems, just letting you guys know, but yeah, just saying that there are these things called conditions. And apparently, not everyone reads them before they jump into stratagems. So yeah, we're going to take a look at a clip that very clearly shows that there are players jumping into stratagems without paying attention, or just, you know, not caring about the conditions, or maybe they can't read. Yeah, hopefully they can read. But yeah, let's take a look at the clip, and then we're going to have a discussion on gatekeeping, apparently. Alright, so, yep, Reliquary, hard mode, broken bulwark, and right down here, there's a bulwark. There is a bulwark on hard mode Reliquary with armor malfunction as well. Do they have focus restoration? They have advanced conditioning. Advanced conditioning is pretty good for stratagems also. Astra Militarum. Oh, this is a good one. Oh man, that's a fun Reliquary mission right there. Too bad. Too bad they have broken bulwark. Yeah, look, they're ready to quit. They should quit. This is how you deal with this. So you spawn into Reliquary, you notice your teammates are dead, and then you leave. That is how hard mode Reliquary is supposed to work. But yeah, this is a bulwark that jump into hard mode and broken bulwark. So guys, what's the issue here, right? Well, this bulwark has 50% less health and also damage, I believe, and can't parry. And they're on hard mode Reliquary. Level 18, yep, and a level 17 tactical, who's also has a mortal wound. They will probably they probably would have died there as well. So yeah, this image is far too recognizable, guys. It is far too recognizable. I've seen more of this situation in Reliquary than any other mission. I don't know why, but yeah, when it comes to stratagems, for whatever reason, players like jumping into jumping into Reliquary underleveled and also nerfed. Also, half of their HP is hardcore nerfed here. And yeah, I mean, hopefully this isn't a common occurrence, but we are going to have a discussion about, unfortunately, we're going to have a discussion about gatekeeping and why the devs should level lock hard stratagems and hard siege mode. But let's go into more of the discussion to see what is the behavior behind this. I don't think it's gatekeeping or toxic to expect people to read stratagem mission modifiers. In the weekly stratagem this week, Bulwark and Heavy classes both take double damage and dish out half as much damage. Critically, this would seem to me, and this is not an opinion formed by hundreds of hours in the game, just basic reasoning, do not play a Bulwark or Heavy on this mission. Are you sure about that? Are you sure? Perhaps maybe if I jump into a stratagem with my class nerfed, perhaps we can just, pull it out. We can just make sure that we can somehow complete the mission. And yeah, sometimes you just gotta carry players, man. That's just the way it is. So silly, dude. Absolutely insane. So I join up, and who do I find in the mission but, lo and behold, a Bulwark with mortal wounds before we even hit the first elevator. And why? Why did this person play Bulwark? It's the only character I have that's not level 1. Then play one of those other characters. Dude, okay, that's actually a fair discussion here. Would you rather somebody jump in to a stratagem with their nerfed class with half health and half damage, or would you rather them play level 1 without a team perk? That's a pretty tough one, man. That is a tough situation. Halfway through the mission, we're joined by a Heavy. What is going on? To be clear, this was on normal, which you could solo with half a brain, but still, I could not get over the fact that multiple people saw mission modifiers saying, all you have to do is not pick this class. All you have to do is not pick Heavy or Bulwark, and they picked those two classes. Yes. That's insane. That is definitely insane. Now, Obviously, we have a circumstance right here where players are just jumping into stratagems without reading the conditions. And then we had another circumstance that I showed earlier on to show that this definitely happens. Obviously, the devs can't really do anything about this one specifically. I will say, though, I will say they should definitely level lock hard stratagems 100%, but this goes deeper than that, unfortunately. Even if they did level lock hard stratagems, you're probably still going to have players jumping into stratagems that aren't reading the conditions. Hopefully they can read, hopefully they can read, but yeah, they just didn't take the time to understand what the actual condition was about. I wonder how common this is. So yeah, we're gonna go into the comments and see how people feel about this one. Maybe an unpopular opinion, but I miss in-game gatekeeping of content. I hate that you're not ready for this content. Do you still want to proceed and ruin the experience for others? And want the you can't do this until you're of the right power, come back later system. Okay, so they would rather see the system tell players they can't do something and they need to turn around. But yeah, what we have in the game is you're not ready for this content. Do you just want to do it anyway? Yeah, nah, I can see where that definitely feels like it's not very useful. That is the worst gatekeeping in the game. Hey, you're not ready for this. You're fine. Go in. Or proceed, but only in solo or something. No, that's true. When it comes to hard mode stratagems, nothing stops some of these players just jumping in with bots, but they are essentially looking to get carried. Well, actually, no. I will say the circumstance, not in this video. This circumstance just seems to be players not paying attention, but there are players in stratagems who look to get carried. However, I'm starting to notice more of them are going into normal mode, which is nice. I mean, recently when I was playing normal mode, I actually ran into players who were, low levels, some without team perks, and guess what? It's not an issue at all. We were able to get through the mission, and it was fun. So yeah, I mean, that's the one thing. In normal mode, if I jump into a game and I see like somebody level 5, somebody level 8, like one team perk, I don't mind that. In fact, I actually like that because then it actually gives me a purpose to, let's get through this mission. Let me help you guys level up because I'm probably level 25 or something. And yeah, in hard mode though, it becomes less about me helping them and more about me carrying us, because we need to survive that way. But yeah, in normal mode, I mean, that level 5 can actually be some help, so that's kind of cool to see. It gives a purpose to normal mode. I mean, for players who are like level 25, if you just want to jump in normal and help out some players level up, dude, perfect. Also, having this issue in the Destiny Rising of people matchmaking into the raid stupidly underdeveloped. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to Destiny Rising. That's a mobile game, right? Yeah, I'm good on that. The coincidence of your post OP, as I was accused of gatekeeping last night, my story is slightly different from reading mission modifiers. Guy was level 6 Vanguard, hard stratagem, vortex, oof. Wow, okay, that's rough, but it happens. I was not the best version of myself in replying to the Vanguard's gatekeeping comments. I agree with their statement. Oh, okay. Well, I love the fact that there's some players in here who are just like, you know what? I tried to be nice about it, but sometimes players just don't give you the benefit of the doubt. Like, seriously, if you're talking to a Vanguard who's level 6, hard stratagems, vortex, hey man, Vanguard, that level 6 is not gonna cut it here. And they, talk back to you. I mean, I understand where that can be frustrating. I mean, this person says, I was not the best version of myself in replying to the Vanguard's gatekeeping comment. I mean, at this point, you shouldn't even need to reply at all. You should just leave. That's, honestly, I have been in this situation. I didn't get, they didn't really talk back to me or anything like that, but it was pretty clear that we were going to be in a rough spot. But yeah, I'll jump into a game. I'll mention, hey guys, it's hard mode. You're level 9. This isn't going to work. And I've heard people, say, just worry about yourself. Don't worry about me. And it's like, okay, I am worried about myself. I don't want to die in this mission. So, I mean, yeah, trust me, man. Trust me. I'm not worried about your Vanguard as much as I'm worried about the lack of protection, considering you're going to be dead and I'm going to be taking a lot more of the aggro. Yeah, an IRL buddy of mine carried a Bulwark through Exfiltration last night all the way to the Trigon, but couldn't hold out any longer against a Neurothrope, 2 Lictors, and a Biovore. Yeah, nah, that's GG. See, this is the exact situation that I've talked about. It's not so much as like the leading up to the Trigon. It's not so much as like the first half of the mission. I'm not worried about carrying you through objectives or, you know, major waves, even extremist threats. It really depends, but like a Neurothrope Biovore situation, a low-level player is going to die immediately. The Neurothrope is going to hit them with an AoE, and the Spore Mines are going to overwhelm them. And the Biovore and the Neurothrope have to do barely anything to take out a player like that. You know what I mean? Like, you seriously need to make sure you have either the DPS check to take out the Lictors fast enough, or you have the experience to play around a Neurothrope Biovore situation. You can be low level, you can think you're super good all you want, but in situations like this, you're probably going to go down. Even players who are level 25 have a hard time with this situation. So, I genuinely just don't understand the thought process of just ignoring that hard mode stratagems would actually send threats your way. Like, if you're jumping into stratagem level 6, there's a small sense of arrogance there that you think, oh, we're just going to be able to deal with whatever. Like, what? No, like, you do not have the damage capable for the Neurothrope Biovore situation. You do not have unmatched zeal to help you shake off the Spore Mines, you know? So, it's rough. It's rough. If it was super easy to jump in hard stratagems underleveled, I'd be doing it more often, man. The last time I did underleveled Absolute was Absolute 1.0. Ever since Absolute 2.0, and the devs made it clear they weren't messing around with Absolute, I stayed out of Absolute level 1 runs, man. I used to do level 1 Prestige 4 runs in Absolute when I got a class to, you know, when I got a class to Prestige 4, I would jump into Absolute level 1 to see how strong the Prestige kit was. But that, again, was Absolute 1.0 before we had Absolute essentially become twice as hard. We didn't kick him because we weren't like that, but dang, I was surprised he didn't leave. He had 2 to 3 total deaths while we each went down once. That's not too bad, actually. I've seen way worse, man. I've seen people stick out stratagems with 6 deaths, and it's just like, maybe even more than that, honestly. Maybe even more than that. When it comes to hard mode, yeah, I've seen people get pretty close to 10, and yeah, at that point, it's like, dude, just leave. Please just leave. But I mean, more power to you guys. If you guys actually got to the end and completed it, then more power to you. It just goes back to the problem with underlevel people playing. You shouldn't dang the torpedoes and full steam ahead. Oh, level up another class or finish leveling the ones you have. If anything, these modifiers should be echoing the need for having a well-rounded roster with multiple classes you feel comfortable playing. Some people are calling for these modifiers to be removed, but I think that's foolish. It's not game-breaking. If anything, it's an attempt to make you better at the game and understand more classes than one. Oh, yeah, the class modifiers. I don't think they should be removed. I just think they're just not very interesting, to be completely honest. I think there should be, like, it should be a trade-off. It should be like, oh, Bulwark classes take 50% more damage, but deal 50% more damage. I think that would be more interesting. But yeah, at the moment, it's just you can't play Bulwark, and anyone who's leveled up in other classes, or at least has experience with the game, we just see those conditions and just ignore them, essentially. It's like, oh, okay, I can't play Bulwark on this mission. And then now when you join that mission, you have a condition that could have been a lot more interesting. Like, you have a Bulwark condition that's just sitting there. Nobody's playing Bulwark. Nobody cares about it. It's literally just, you can't play Bulwark in this mission. And yeah, I just feel like that's not very creative. I think it would be cooler if it was like a trade-off. Like, you take more damage, but you deal more damage. I think that would be much cooler. But yeah, let me know in the comments how you guys feel about this one. And thanks for watching.